Welcome back to the Chevy pregame show on Fox. Well, here is some great news. The tarp is coming off here in Philadelphia. We have been delayed over an hour, right about an hour. Game 3 of the World Series, Yankees and Phillies, but the good news you can see at the bottom of the screen. First pitch scheduled to go off at 9:15 Eastern, 6:15 Pacific time. These Philly fans, when they heard that, they erupted. They are ready for some baseball. But remember, guys, earlier we saw Cole Hamels stretching a little bit. He never started throwing until right now. How hard is it for guys to get loose after they've started, then they stop, now they got to start again?
Well, you know, again, at the end of the day, the weather is not cold. It's humid here tonight. It's not going to be difficult. Sure, maybe the mental aspect, you're starting to get fired up, you have to revamp. But again, at the end of the night, it's Cole Hamels for the Phillies. And for me, it's Halloween, right? Cole Hamels has to put on his 2008 costume if the Phillies are going to win.
As a manager, anything you're doing, anything you're worried about after it'll be about an hour and 20-minute rain delay officially. Anything?
Make sure everybody's ready. Let's go out there and play the game and win. And after the game, say it worth it to be waiting this long.
All right, guys, so what are you keeping your eye on tonight? Obviously, Cole Hamels. We talked a little bit about the offense and the bullpens, but what else are you keeping your eye on?
I think high-scoring game tonight. I think, again, because of the humidity, this is the warmest night we've had of any of the World Series games. I think the hitters are going to be fresh. I think they're going to go out there. This will be a high-scoring game.
We can see the grounds crew right now putting the drawing agent out there on the infield. What should we be looking for defensively? Because it has been raining. I know the tarp's been covering it, but obviously the baseball's going to start getting wet. So as a defensive player, a Gold Glove shortstop, what sort of adjustments do you have to make, if any?
I make sure I get rid of the ball as quick as I can. As soon as I catch it, I throw it, because you're not going to have the feeling of the balls because it gets to you very wet, and you have to be careful with throwing the ball. Don't hold the ball too long. Make sure you let it go right away, and you'll be out of trouble.
What's it going to be like for the outfielders out there? Is it going to be a nightmare?
Well, it is going to be a nightmare, and you've got to be a bit tentative. And remember, you don't need to make the great play. Make the routine play, because when you try to get fancy in this type of weather, that's when you can run into trouble. Make the routine play, you'll be okay.
All right, which power hitter has a better chance of breaking out of the slump tonight? Is it Ryan Howard, who's 2 for 9? I'm not going to call that a major slump, but he has struck out 6 times. Or Alex Rodriguez, who is 0 for 8 with 6 strikeouts. Is it because Rodriguez, because of who he's facing?
Well, you know what? Who he's facing, he has faced Cole Hamels 4 times. He's 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts. But I like Alex Rodriguez tonight. I think he's going to have a breakout night.
All right, if you're looking at this from the Yankees side of things and Andy Pettitte, you got to be awfully confident. Here he is, 16 playoff wins, the most of all time. Joe Girardi's got to be feeling great about giving the ball to Andy Pettitte tonight and then CC Sabathia tomorrow. He knows that maybe he could wrap this thing up on Monday if all goes well.
Well, to me, it's one thing about his manager. I know the guy in the mound. He don't have any problem. He's fearless. He's been in this situation before, a tougher situation. I know the guys. This game, he mean anything for him.
All right, quickly, predictions. You got a winner tonight?
I do. I do have it. There will be a winner tonight. I like the Yankees tonight. I think offensively they're going to have a great night.
Well, I got to stick up with my people. You know,
your people.
All right, not with my people. So with the people I pick.
Who? Aguilas?
I think La Guaira, Tiburones. But the thing is, I got to stick with them. I think they had a better game. I think they had the fans right behind them, and I think they should play better today.
Hey, your people have reserved you a seat over there in this section. You can sit with them the whole game.
Well, I got more friends in New York. I got here in Philadelphia,
okay,
just in case.
All right, guys, we are inching closer to our scheduled first pitch of 9:15 Eastern as the captain is getting loose. Coming up next, it'll be the national anthem performed by the cast of Glee. That and more right after this. We are back on the Chevy pregame show on Fox. And yes, it is a light rain right now, but we are scheduled for a 9:15 first pitch. Players are getting loose, but right now, let's get you all set for the national anthem. Take it away, PA announcer Dan Baker.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, would you all please rise and help us honor the United States of America? Out of respect for our country, we ask that you please remove your hats as the cast members of the Fox hit TV show Glee sing our national anthem.
Log on to fox.com/Glee/Chevy to watch Behind the Glee, driven by the all-new Chevy Equinox. Coming up next, Joe Buck and Tim McCarver getting you ready for first pitch of Game 3 of the World Series. We are back on the Chevy pregame show on Fox. A light rain continues to fall here in Philadelphia, but everybody is getting ready for first pitch of Game 3 between the Yankees and the Phillies. And I'm going to throw it up to the broadcast booth. Joe Buck, stay dry throughout the night, my friend.
Thank you, Chris. That shouldn't be too hard inside this broadcast booth. And these fans are ready to go, delay or not. I'm Joe Buck. Tim McCarver's coming right up. Well, here we go. We are going to start this thing a little later than we thought, but this World Series travels down I-95 for game number 3. The series is tied at a game apiece, and in my opinion, this game is more important for the Philadelphia Phillies tonight. Why? Because the Yankees have already announced that CC Sabathia will go on short rest tomorrow. So what the Phillies need is for Cole Hamels to be Cole Hamels like he was last postseason, to be a dominant type left-hander and give the type start that they got from Cliff Lee in game 1. And I welcome in my partner Tim McCarver, and I'll ask you agree with what I just said?
Absolutely. I think there is a psychological edge as far as the Yankees are concerned. I think it was very smart for the Yankees to say CC Sabathia is starting tomorrow night because it puts a little extra heat on Cole Hamels and the Phillies.
And because we're in a National League city, there is no DH. That has got to be advantage Philadelphia.
Well, when you consider that the DHs of the Yankees hit 33 home runs and drove in 107 runs, that's a lot of offense to lose by coming to the National League city.
So Andy Pettitte gets the baseball tonight. These Yankee starters, it looks like, are going to go on short rest the rest of the way through this World Series. And here is Andy talking about how he and this staff feels heading into these starts.
We are so rested right now. I've never been so rested and seen a staff so rested from the way that Joe used our bullpen at the end of the year. So I mean, we're in great shape to do whatever needs to be done to try to pull this off.
So as you look at Andy Pettitte, let's think back to the last time he took the baseball. ALCS Game 6, he was outstanding against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim. He won again. 5th time that he won in a clinching game, and so the Yankees move on to the World Series, and now here they are tonight in Game 3, and they hand the ball to Andy Pettitte, who has this, making his 8th World Series appearance, 16 wins. That is the most all-time during the postseason. And now we switch gears and look at the other side, and we talk about Cole Hamels, the left-hander, who last postseason the numbers were staggering, a 4-0 record, an ERA under 2. 1.80, and Tim, he was the MVP of the NLCS and the World Series.
He had a better breaking ball. Eric Karros talked about it, a better breaking ball last year. He needs to throw the breaking ball effectively tonight.
So there is Cole Hamels. It's been a long wait, but he is set to go. So is Andy Pettitte. We hope you are. It's Game 3 of the World Series next on Fox.
Games 1 and 2 of the World Series were pretty much identical. Great pitching on both sides, plus timely home runs that were the difference. As we move down the turnpike on Halloween night, a couple lefties familiar with World Series success try and keep the opposition spooked, put their team up in the series. It's the World Series. It's Game 3. It's Halloween. And it's all next on Fox. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. That's the power of the Home Depot. By Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. And by McDonald's.
Well, lest you think the elements aren't a problem and the rain isn't an issue, they're squeegeeing the excess water. I mean, it is soaked in the area that gets dumped on when they pull the tarp off the infield. This crowd is ready to go. No surprise there. They love their Phillies, they love their Eagles, they love their Flyers and their Sixers. Take a look at the lineup for the New York Yankees. They lead it off with Derek Jeter. Johnny Damon bats second. He's in left. Mark Teixeira hits third. A-Rod cleans up. Hitless in this World Series. Jorge Posada is batting fifth. Robinson Cano. Nick Swisher in right field. Not Matsui. Melky Cabrera is hitting eighth. And Andy Pettitte pitches and bats ninth. And here is a left-hander, Cole Hamels, who was under 500 during the regular season. So far this postseason, an ERA of 6.75, a 1-1 record, and quite a turnaround from last October. And here's his scouting report.
He really relies on that changeup. The long ball could be a problem against the Los Angeles Dodgers. He allowed 5 home runs in 9 2/3 innings. The hitters will keep their eye on this tonight, and that is the changeup, his best pitch.
So while Hamels continues to get loose, we give you our opening pitch. It's brought to you by Budweiser with full flavor and a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. How about the defense for Philadelphia? It's brought to you by Moto Blur. In the outfield, it's Ibanez, Shane Victorino, and Jason Worth left to right. Pedro Feliz, Jimmy Rollins, Shea Sutley, Ryan Howard. The catcher is Carlos Ruiz. And Cole Hamels does the pitching. It is Halloween. And the last time a game started on Halloween night, it ended when the calendar turned to November and Derek Jeter hit a home run to win Game 4 of the 2001 World Series.
And the banners came out, Mr. November.
Getting underway an hour and 20 minutes after we had planned to. Glad you stayed with us. Game 3. Strike one. Strike two. And Jeter hasn't liked either one of the two calls. He's in the hole, 0-2. Good pitch by Hamels, jammed Jeter and gets the out. Home plate umpire is Brian Gorman tonight. Mike Everett is at first, Dana DeMuth at second, Joe West is over at third, Jerry Davis is in left, and Jeff Nelson is down the right field line. And it looks like Joe West got a new headshot. They brightened him up a little bit.
All right.
The blue cowboy got brightened up. With one out, nobody on, here's a strike to Johnny Damon. Too far inside, a ball and a strike. Cole Hamels is 6'3", 192 pounds, still just 25 years old. First round pick of the Phillies, 17th overall in 2002. He ties up Damon, and it's 1-2.
Talk about surprising the Yankees, coming out and throwing 6 straight fastballs. 3 to Derek Jeter, finally jamming him, and 3 to Johnny Damon.
Still 1-2. Talked about the great postseason last year for Cole Hamels. 4-0 in the MVP in the last 2 rounds of the postseason. All told, he threw 262 in a third innings last year. They've taken its toll leading into 2009.
He's thrown about 32 fewer innings this regular season.
And the first changeup of the night from Cole Hamels, and Johnny Damon got a piece.
I think that distinguishes Cole Hamels from most left-handed pitchers. Hamels will throw the changeup. A lot of times, historically, left-handed pitchers didn't want to throw the changeup because of that down and in area to left-handed batters. Not Hamels.
That's up the middle. That's Rollins to his left. 2 out. Before Teixeira bats, we look at the managers and we give you the Home Depot tools to victory.
Well, the Yankees want to score early and quiet the crowd. The Philadelphia Phillies want to continue home field dominance in the postseason. The last 2 postseasons, the Phillies have won 11 of 12 here.
Change up, strike 1 on Teixeira. After splitting the first 2 games of last year's World Series, the Phillies came home, won all 3 at home, and won their second championship. Good rip on a 91-mile-an-hour fastball, but now it's 0-2, and Hamels can make a statement here in the first. Fastball sails high. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Got him. A lot of fastballs in the first inning from Cole Hamels. Happy Halloween from all of us at Fox. The World Series is sponsored by Motorola Click with Moto Blur, the first phone with social skills. By Taco Bell's free Blackjack Taco giveaway. Visit TacoBell.com for details. And by MasterCard. For every postseason home run, MasterCard will donate $1,000 to Stand Up to Cancer. No score after a half inning in Game 3, and now the Phillies line up. Jimmy Rollins leads off. Shane Victorino, Chase Utley, the second baseman. That's the top 3. The middle 3, Ryan Howard, Jason Worth, and Raul Ibanez. Pedro Feliz is at third. Carlos Ruiz and Cole Hamels pitches and bats 9th. See the numbers. Game 1 compared to Game 2 with runners in scoring position. This, Tim, so far, as you look at the regular season numbers for Andy Pettitte, 14 and 8. We give you the scouting report. This has been really a postseason, but in particular a World Series. It's been dominated by pitching.
That's true, and keep an eye on that first point. Left-handed bats have given Andy Pettitte problems this year. Left-handed hitters are hitting 40 points higher than right-handers, and the Phillies with 3 left-handers in the lineup.
Rollins goes to left past Alex Rodriguez, and just like that, Philadelphia puts their leadoff man on.
Jimmy Rollins, it appeared, looked inside. He looked hard inside. He got it, and it trickles off the glove of Alex Rodriguez. Tried to backhand it on the short hop. So it's a base hit to lead off for the Phillies.
And it brings in Shane Victorino, who's 2 for 8 in this series with Utley to follow. That is foul outside third.
That was a lot closer than it initially appeared. About a foot foul.
Andy Pettitte, the left-hander, is the best in the big leagues at slowing down the opposition's running game, and that's such a big part of what the Phillies do. Number 2 in the National League in stolen bases during the regular season. There's a strike, and it's 0-2. Utley next. The Phillies during this postseason 7 of 9 in stealing bases. Rollins, 4th best total during the regular season with 31. And there's the first throw over.
Against the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Andy Pettitte in his first start threw to first base 19 times. Picked off 1 runner in the process. That was Torrey Hunter.
Interesting conversation that we had with Davey Lopes, who is the first base coach for Philadelphia prior to tonight's game, about Andy Pettitte's pickoff move.
Davey's saying that umpires are very, very liberal. And I think everybody in baseball knows that. If you have a good pickoff move, if you're a left-handed pitcher, you have to be liberal. It's a balk move. It's very, very close to being a balk almost every time he goes to first base. But he does it so consistently, and that was really Davey's point. He's so consistent with it that umpires have become used to it, and it's certainly understandable.
Grounder foul outside third. The gist of the conversation with Davey Lopes was that umpires will tell him, unless Andy Pettitte's foot breaks the back line of the pitching rubber, he can come to first. It has to go all the way across the back side of the pitching rubber for it to be a balk. And he hangs that right foot in the air and then either heads to the plate with a pitch or to first with a pickoff throw. Slide step, and Victorino pops it up. Alex Rodriguez hauls in out number 1.
Pedro Martinez quick pitch Derek Jeter the other night, and we just saw a quick pitch of Andy Pettitte to Shane Victorino. Victorino was not ready for that hanging curveball because of the slide step of Andy Pettitte. So not only does it affect the runner at first, but it can affect the hitter also.
When we say slide step, we're talking about not as high of a leg kick, keeping that front foot closer to the ground, and Victorino popped it up. 1 on 1 out for Chase Utley, who homered twice off Sabathia in game 1. Jimmy Rollins, to this point, is at a very small lead over at first base.
I asked Davey Lopes, I said, do you tell your runners to guess? He said, I don't like to guess. Then it's a 50-50 chance. No guessing.
Seemed a couple times when the Angels did run in that ALCS against Andy Pettitte, they did just go first move and take off. You see the pickoff throws, 19, the highlight in game 3 of the ALCS. Led the American League with 177 during the regular season. Utley fouls away, strike one.
That's a rarity. Chase Utley swinging at the first pitch, the first time up. Normally he takes that pitch.
To the plate, higher leg kick, and the pitch is low. Ball and a strike. Jimmy Rollins has Davey Lopes to lean on over there. Davey, during his playing career, led the National League in stolen bases 2 times. 77 in 1975, and right now is 25th on baseball's all-time stolen base list. So he knows what he's looking at as he tries to help out, in this case, Jimmy Rollins.
We've talked about it so many times about how speed slows down the game.
That pitch down and in, 2-1 on Utley. Chase Utley extended his streak to 27 straight postseason games reaching base by a hit, a walk, or by hit by pitch. In game 2, when he drew a walk, did not have a hit. Up on the count here, 2-1. 31 home runs during the regular season. There goes Rollins. Got a good jump and no throw.
No guessing, huh? Jimmy Rollins looked like he guessed and guessed right.
For Jimmy, that's just his second stolen base of this postseason. Both have come in this series. And the count's 3-1 on Utley.
Much easier to steal third from second than it is second from first against Pettit. Well, he may not stop. How about that?
Spins and throws to Jeter, who hadn't moved. Here's Jeter after Jimmy Rollins stole second base. Teammates from the World Baseball Classic. And then Jeter just got a surprise from Andy Pettit. 3-1. 3-2. Unofficial look on Fox Tracks. It's called a strike, and it's a full count. Rodriguez is so far off the line and so deep. Might be tough for him to get to the bag on a stolen base try by Rollins. There he goes. And Utley fouls it off to the right. I mean, that's going to be a race. Forget about the throw. Jimmy Rollins will have that little head start, and those two are going to have to try and converge at third base.
Well, the one thing you want to do, there's one out, so you want to try to concentrate on the hitter. As we said, Jimmy Rollins with another good jump from second base. Yankees got a break with Chase Utley fouling that ball off.
Jeter came in to talk to Andy Pettit. Jorge Posada went out to talk. And now another 3-2 pitch coming to Chase Utley. Utley hitting 128 against left-handed pitching this postseason. But with 3 home runs. That's foul. Take a look at the defense for the Yankees. It's brought to you by Moto Blur. In the outfield, it's Damon in left, Cabrera in center, Nick Swisher is in right. Around the infield, A-Rod, Jeter, Cano, and Teixeira. Jorge Posada catching Andy Pettit. 8th pitch of this at bat coming to Chase Utley. Time called. You saw that bottom note, maybe you didn't. The Yankees have played 11 postseason games, and in 10 of them they've gone errorless defensively. They've got 3 total errors this postseason. They all came in game 2 of the ALCS. It's helped out a staff. For Girardi, here's a 3-2. Instead, Pettit spins.
Joe, you picked up Alex Rodriguez playing well off the line. The one thing that, if there were no outs, you might have a tendency to lean toward third base. But with 1 out, you want to play the hitter and not the runner. And that's why A-Rod is that far off the bag. But you're right, if Rollins gets a good jump, and this pitch is a strike, and Rollins could steal the base because A-Rod has too far to go.
Utley strikes out as Andy Pettit wins that battle. 2 out.
That's a slider that goes down. Well, that's a terrific pitch. You could see that corkscrew spin right there going down to Chase Utley. Out of the strike zone, but looked like a strike.
So now Ryan Howard, who does have 2 hits in 9 at-bats in this World Series, but he has 6 strikeouts. We came on the air prior to game 1 talking about the hot corner infielders for each team, Alex Rodriguez and Ryan Howard, and they've cooled off since both pounding the ball in the LCS. Strike 1 from Pettit. There they are coming in between the division series and the league championship series. Combined, A-Rod 438, 5 and 12. 5 homers, 12 RBIs, and then Ryan Howard. But so far, a combined 2 for 17 with 12 strikeouts between these two. Here's an 0-1. Blocked by Posada. 1-1.
You may have noticed that everything Andy Pettit has thrown left-handers thus far has gone away from them. That's one of the reasons that Andy Pettit, in my view, has problems with left-handed pitching or left-handed hitting. He does not run the ball in on left-handers. They become very comfortable and can shoot the ball the other way. 282 left-handers hit against Pettit this year.
Good pitch there, and strike 2 on a swing and miss by Ryan Howard.
If you're a scout scouting Andy Pettit, what you tell the left-handed hitters of the Phillies, look away. Those are the tendencies. Look away, even with 2 strikes.
And Andy Pettit just waiting. Finally, Ryan Howard goes out to, he calls timeout, and Jorge Posada goes out to talk, and we look at the grips for Andy Pettit.
Well, we talked about Cole Hamels, the changeup being his best pitch, while the cutter from Andy Pettit is his best pitch. Interesting, the different changeups and the different grip changes of Andy Pettit and Cole Hamels.
Rather relaxed Cole Hamels. He's only gone a half inning. It's a good half inning. Here's a 1-2. And Posada keeps it at the plate, 2-2. Tough right-handed batter on deck in Jason Worth. Pace of this game, it's a good thing we gain an hour tonight. It's been a long bottom of the first as Howard stays alive. This will be the 20th pitch coming from Andy Pettit, and he has been very deliberate with his pace.
20 pitches and 5 throwovers. no need to worry about Rollins in this situation. You have a power hitter up with 45 home runs on the year, 2 in the postseason, 141 ribbies. No need to pay attention to the guy at second, not with 2 outs.
Surprising that Andy Pettitte would worry about Rollins that much with 2 strikes on a hitter like Howard and 2 out, as you say.
Yep.
The 2-2 and a strikeout of Ryan Howard. Back-to-back strikeouts of Utley and Howard. A leadoff hit by Rollins, stole a base, was left on. After 1 in Game 3, no score. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Budweiser, with full flavor and a crisp, clean finish. It's what we do. As we move into the second, Chevy and baseball have teamed up to give fans a chance to win tickets to the postseason. And even better, you have a chance to win a new Chevy. Register at worldseries.com/Chevy. And may the best team win. Here is Alex Rodriguez leading it off, and he gets drilled by Cole Hamels.
Well, the Phillies have been making Alex Rodriguez inside conscious. Trying to come inside with a fastball. And this is the first time that Alex Rodriguez has been on base in the 3 games. Striking out 6 times, as we said earlier.
So the leadoff man is on. And Jorge Posada is going to have to get rid of the weight part on his bat if he's going to hit.
It's a little tough to hit with that on there. Does not look like Jorge can get it off, however. He might need help. Either that or find a new bat. There we go. Harder surface. You know who invented that, by the way, that weight they slip on the end of the bat? Elston Howard, the great Yankee great. The donut on the end of the bat.
No, I didn't. I did not know that. Jorge Posada.
Oh, that's a balk. Well, Cole Hamels got away with one there. In fact, Davey Lopes was talking. Watch the move toward home. Can't deceive the runner. In fact, Davey Lopes was talking about the line that they drew.
Here's a chop left side. Phillies juggles it, gets the lead runner, and that's it. A force out with Phillies throwing to Utley, 1 on, 1 out.
In spring training, they used to have a line that was about halfway between first base and home, and they did it for the umpires to get used to pitchers that had to step to first base. When you're throwing over there, you have to make the move toward first. And of course, Andy Pettitte, we've seen, is so deceptive, but you can't do half and half, and that's why Cole Hamels got away with that first move to first base.
Here's Robinson Cano. During the regular season, hit .320, 6th best average in the American League. He's hitting only .214 during the postseason, 1 for 7 in this World Series. There are some big holes in this Yankee lineup that pounded out 244 home runs, and as a group hit .283, which was the 2nd best team average in the American League. 2 guys back to back in Cano and Swisher. And yet here are the Yankees in the World Series, tied at a game apiece with the defending champion Phillies. There's a strike, and it's 1-1. There's another strike, 1-2. It was a 1 hour 20-minute delay. We started this game at 9:17. And for the Yankees, I think an advantage getting this game in here tonight. And we'll talk about the reason why here in the top of the second as Cano steps out. The Yankees have already announced that Sabathia will go tomorrow night on 3 days rest. His numbers are very good on 3 days rest. And the Phillies are unwilling to pitch Cliff Lee on 3 days rest. There's a strikeout of Robinson Cano. And the second of the night for Cole Hamels, 2 out.
The impressive thing about Hamels, the location of his fastball thus far. That is a two-seam fastball. I beg your pardon. The two-seam fastball goes down and in to left-handed batters, away from right-handers. And that one just disappeared on Cano.
Here is Nick Swisher. We heard from Nick Swisher before the game started, being interviewed by Ken Rosenthal. Tell you what, if batting practice is any indication, he told Ken Rosenthal he was going to break out of his slump here tonight. Batting practice would tell you that he would. He was hitting rockets all over this park. And gets another opportunity from his manager, Joe Girardi. He was out of the lineup in game 2. It's outside, a ball and a strike. Just 4 out of 35 this postseason is Nick Swisher. And a pop-up into shallow right center. Out goes Utley and gives way to Worth to end the inning. Hit batsman started it. Yankees strand a runner, and after an inning and a half, no score.
Making the crowd's heart swell.
Oh, there it goes.
Irresistible.
Robinson dashes to the plate.
Making the crowd hold its breath. Unbelievable. Being part of the crowd that stands up to cancer. Priceless. Join Major League Baseball and MasterCard and stand up to cancer. You have the power to save lives now. Go to standuptocancer.org and give.
Throughout this postseason, for each home run hit, MasterCard has made a donation to benefit Stand Up to Cancer. $50,000 so far. Tonight, the first time a home run hits the MasterCard Hit It Here sign, MasterCard will donate $1 million to Stand Up to Cancer. And a nice moment prior to the bottom of the second here at Citizens Bank Park. And the first pitch is down and in, ball 1 to Jason Worth. It'll be Jason Worth, Raul Ibanez, and then Pedro Feliz for the Phillies. We got a leadoff hit from Jimmy Rollins in the first inning. He stole second and then was left stranded as Victorino popped up and Utley and Howard struck out. 2-0 from Andy Pettitte. And now ball 3.
Worth with 14 home runs against left-handed pitchers this year.
.30 from Pettitte is in for strike 1. And now the next from the Yankee left-hander is swung on and fouled out of play right side. Talk about all the home runs hit at the new Yankee Stadium, 237. This ballpark was number 3 across baseball as far as home runs hit here with 207. Rangers ballpark number 2 in between Philly and New York. 3-2 pitch, and there's a shot, and there's another homer here at Citizens Bank. 1-0 Philadelphia.
Watch Jason Worth reach for the pitch and reach the stands.
Now Raul Ibanez takes the ball down and away. "36 home runs during the regular season for Jason Worth. That is his 6th of this postseason. That is protection for Ryan Howard in this Phillies lineup. 1-1 on Ibanez. There's a strike from Pettit, strike 2. Jason Worth was originally drafted by the Orioles organization. Just hit a 394-foot home run to put Philadelphia on top here in Game 3. And Ibanez strikes out, 1 away.
All 3 left-handed Phillies hitters, Utley, Howard, Ibanez, have struck out on breaking balls away. Again, Andy Pettit has not come inside on one left-handed hitter so far in this ball game.
Here's Pedro Feliz. Up and in, ball 1. The interesting part of Worth's career is he was hit by a pitch when he was a Dodger in the wrist and missed the entire 2006 season.
Hit by A.J. Burnett.
Here's a 1-0, and Feliz hits one to right. Back is Swisher at the wall. It's off the wall. And Feliz has a 1-out double.
Eric Karros talking in his pregame remarks, saying that it's warmer here in Philadelphia and the ball's going to carry better. That's an example of what Eric was talking about.
Hit over halfway up the wall and right. And the batter will be Ruiz. And just to finish on Jason Worth, when he was cut loose by the Dodgers after Worth missed all of 2006, Pat Gillick, who had been the general manager with the Orioles when Worth was drafted in 1997, was here in Philadelphia, and he immediately scooped him up. And all Jason Worth has done is get better and better and better. And the Phillies have a star in their right fielder, whose total of 36 home runs was good for 7th best in the National League this year.
Gone from a guy who couldn't play every day for Charlie Manuel to a superstar.
Ball 1 to Ruiz. Here's a 1-0. 2-0. That's ball 3. On deck is the pitcher Cole Hamels. Came in on 3-0. Looked for a moment like Pettit was pitching around Ruiz, and he found the strike zone, and Carlos Ruiz fouled it straight back.
I think that surprised the Yankees, and I think it's a good move by Charlie Manuel, allowing Ruiz to hit 3-0 with the pitcher on deck.
is ball 4. Hamels is coming up. Jason Worth has given the Phillies the lead, and here are Cole's thoughts on the type athlete Jason Worth is.
The complete package for an athlete. When he has come on to our team, the past couple seasons, has gotten better and better every year, and now he's finally come into his own. And he's the type of guy when you watch him take batting practice, he puts on a show.
Jason Worth is 30 years old, and Cole's right, career bests in every offensive category. Major league high, 4.5 pitches per plate appearance. Here's his home run. And one of only 2 players to have 35 or more home runs, 95 RBIs, 95 or more runs, and 20 stolen bases. Here's Cole Hamels, 2 on with 1 out.
Cole Hamels with 7 sacrifices during the regular season. He'll be bunting here. Both Teixeira and Rodriguez tight at the corners.
And the bunt is perfect to load him up.
Perfect is right.
A base hit for Hamels, who was up there to sacrifice, and the bases are loaded with 1 away.
Sometimes it's confusing when a catcher and a pitcher converge, and it appeared that Andy Pettitte was going to field that ball. Posada backed off just a hair, and no one fielded it.
A double by Feliz, a walk to Carlos Ruiz, now a bunt base hit by Hamels, and here's Rollins. Tough to double up. He can run. Ball 1 from Pettitte. Ball 2. Rollins with 21 home runs during the regular season. Ball 3. Strike 1.
Three-1, bases loaded. Rollins is going to get a fastball to hit. Ideal hitting situation for the Phillies shortstop.
Time called. Rollins looking for his first RBI of this World Series. And he found it on a bases loaded walk. It's 2-0.
Hey, Joe, we talked about it in the American League Championship Series that even at its highest level, baseball remains a simple game. And the inability to field a simple bunt set up at least 1 run for the Phillies.
Now the bases are loaded for Victorino, who's out in front of that pitch, strike 1. Victorino is 2 for 9 in this World Series, popped up his first time. Now it's Ruiz at third with Hamels at second and Rollins at first. The 0-1. Strike two. Two quick strikes from Andy Pettitte.
Good changeup from Pettitte. Pettitte does not want to throw a strike over the next two pitches.
That's in the air to left. Ruiz will tag and run on Johnny Damon. Make it without a play. It's 3-0.
You know, control is being able to throw a ball out of the strike zone when you want to also. The first two pitches were out of the strike zone to Victorino. The 0-2 pitch was the best pitch he had to hit, and he hits a sacrifice fly.
So it's 3-0 Philadelphia here in the second, and the eighth man to bat in the inning is Chase Utley.
Every pitch, again, to left-handed batters from Pettitte have been away.
There's one inside, ball one.
But intended to be away.
A 1-0 from Andy Pettitte is right down the middle, a ball and a strike. The Phillies, who on their home white uniforms wear the initials of late broadcaster Harry Kalas, the HK, left side of their chest. That's inside, ball two, and Harry was behind the mic last October when the Phillies won it all. Their second championship and their first since the 1980 season, in his sport coat and white shoes that he always wore in the Philadelphia dugout.
Trademark apparel.
2 on, 2 out. Utley, as Pettitte has been inside the majority of this at bat, fouls it 2-2.
Now the last two pitches he's tried to come inside. That curveball stayed inside on the first pitch. Second time through the order, give the left-handers a different look.
That's strike three to end the inning. But a big inning for the Philadelphia Phillies, and it started with Jason Worth. A home run made it 1-0. After two, it's 3-0 in game three. Melky Cabrera first up for the Yankees, down by 3. Andy Pettitte will follow, then Derek Jeter, and there's ball one up and away from Cole Hamels. Only blemish on the record of Cole Hamels was hitting Rodriguez with his first pitch of the second. Otherwise, 2 strikeouts. No walks. 2-0. Cabrera is 7 for 16 over his last 5 postseason games, hitting .293 overall here in 2009. There's a strike. 2-1. Cabrera has been one of the more consistent hitters in this Yankee lineup this postseason. Waits for a 2-1 and hits it hard to third, but right at Pedro Feliz. 1 out.
Phillies playing even with the bag, looking perhaps for a bunt. Charlie Manuel saying that Pedro Feliz has the most accurate arm of any third baseman in the National League. Not necessarily the strongest, but the most accurate.
Here's Andy Pettitte, and there's strike one. Andy Pettitte in his career is 25 of 186 at the plate. His one career home run. He's 2 for 16 swinging the bat during the postseason. 1 ball, 1 strike. Reaching for it, checks on Utley, who makes the play. 2 out.
At the risk of oversimplification, when we talk about a four-seam fastball from a pitcher, it's good to be reminded that every position player tries to throw a four-seam fastball, whether you're an outfielder or an infielder or a catcher. They always practice throwing a four-seam fastball, as Feliz did on that simple out at first base.
The 2 out, nobody on, and Derek Jeter will be the hitter. Jeter hit a weak comebacker to Cole Hamels his first time. Now 4 for 9 in this World Series. And strike one. Opponents have hit .328 against Hamels this postseason. Coming into this start, he looks like he's got better stuff than that here tonight. As he misses low, it's a ball and a strike. Pitching matchup for Game 4 tomorrow night is Sabathia on short rest, 3 days, and Joe Blanton getting the ball for Philadelphia. That's fouled by Jeter, and that's strike 2. Blanton was a starter and a winner and a home run hitter last World Series against Tampa Bay. Started and won Game 4 10-2 over the Rays. Ruiz sets up inside, and the pitch misses high. 2-2. The Yankees have not played in this ballpark since 2006. Trail here 3-0 in the top of the third. And Jeter stays up there. Andy Pettitte faced 8 batters in the second. And allowed 3 runs on 3 hits. The 2-2 from Hamels. Jeter sticks the bat out, pokes it into right, and there's Jason Worth. Got a good jump. Good stuff for Cole Hamels. Bottom of the third inning, Game 3. 3-0 Philadelphia. Up above, dealing with the wind and the rain. Aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. For the most sports in HD, call 1-800-DirecTV. Glad you're with us on Fox as we go to the bottom of the third inning. Game 3, 3-0 Philadelphia. Ryan Howard first up. Struck out his first time. Andy Pettitte has taken care of Utley twice on strikeouts. Ryan Howard has started with a strike. Strike 2. Best Halloween costume, Batman or a pirate? He couldn't decide. Growing up in the St. Louis area, attending Lafayette High School, the 0-2 pitch and another strikeout for Howard. That is the 8th strikeout in 11 at bats. for Ryan Howard. Our Jeep trivia question: who has the highest career batting average in World Series play with a minimum of 100 at bats? Here's Jason Worth. He homered his first time. Jason Worth is now 2 for 14 against Andy Pettitte, but both hits have been home runs. And time called by Worth. Strike one from Pettitte.
Earlier in the year, Davey Lopes said that Jason Worth likes to do things that are oddly unexpected. Well, that 3-2 breaking ball, just reaching out there, that was oddly unexpected. Not too many guys are that strong to hit a ball that far on that pitch.
The 0-1 from Pettitte is a little tight. 1-1. On deck, Ibanez. The Yankees in their half of the fourth inning will have the 2, 3, and 4 hitters: Johnny Damon, Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez. That's inside, and that's ball 2. Talk about how good of an athlete Jason Worth is. He didn't have much of a choice. His mom Kim was a track star at the University of Florida. His uncle's Dick Schofield, 14 years in the big leagues, won the World Series with Toronto in '93, and his grandfather Ducky Schofield was a shortstop. 1960 champion Pirates.
Played the last 6 weeks of the season when Dick Groat broke his wrist. Dick Groat, the MVP of the National League in 1960.
There's ball 3 to Worth, trying to get on for the second time. A fly ball into right. Swisher in front of the track. 2 out. Base is empty. Ibanez will be the hitter. Following the Fox NFL Sunday pregame show tomorrow, watch from Cowboys Stadium the biggest live trailer debut in history for a movie event, Avatar. Here is Ibanez, who struck out his first time. Pettitte has struck out 5.
All left-handers.
And Ibanez hits it to center for Melky Cabrera. That sends this game into the 4th. Big bats coming up for the Yankees here in Philadelphia. Phillies up 3-0. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Bank of America, Bank of Opportunity. By DJ Hero, 93 original mixes now in your hands. And by Jeep. I live, I ride, I am. Jeep. The rain is cleared out of here. It's a little bit windy, but the temperature for this time of year, warm. 62 degrees as we play here in the top of the 4th inning, and a strike is into Johnny Damon, leading it off for New York. Damon, Teixeira, Rodriguez down 3-0 to Cole Hamels and the Phillies, and here's a fly ball into right. Worth is there, and that's out number 1. Pete McCannon is the bench coach. We visited with him during the break, and the first question was about the way Cole Hamels is pitching and that the bench has to like the way he's worked.
Well, you know what? It's all about command of your pitches, and he's been showing pretty good command. That one ball got away from him to A-Rod, but in general, he's been hitting his spots and using his changeup effectively.
We've gone on and on about how good of an athlete Jason Worth is, and he went down, got a pitch, and hit it a long way. He's a special talent.
He really is. You know, that was a pretty good slider that was down in the zone. He went down there after it, and he got it up in the air. He's been very impressive this year.
Hour and 20-minute delay. You guys seem to be ready after putting this thing on hold for a little while.
Well, you know what? One thing I've seen in this team being here for the first year is these guys come to play, they love to play, and they feel like they can win every game. Everybody plays their butts off, and they give it their all, and they expect to win.
We appreciate your time, Pete. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Pete McCannon in his first year as bench coach for Charlie Manuel. And so far, Cole Hamels is not allowed to hit.
3 straight fastballs to Teixeira,
who struck out his first time, and now Hamels steps off. Here's the 1-2. 2-2. Teixeira came in having played 14 games in this park, 6 home runs, 17 RBIs. Former Atlanta Brave takes high, and it's a full count. That is just out of the strike zone for a 1-out walk with Rodriguez coming up.
Phillies wanted this pitch, but it appeared to be a little low. Close. 6 straight fastballs to Teixeira, and the 6th one is called low by home plate umpire Brian Gorman. Close.
And so a walk in front of the hitless Alex Rodriguez. Hit by a pitch his first time. He's 0 for 8 with 6 strikeouts. Changeup, strike 1. Ken Rosenthal is with us. Kenny, you talked to Alex Rodriguez. What did he tell you about his approach here tonight?
Well, Joe, in speaking to reporters yesterday, A-Rod stayed on point like a politician, saying that he repeatedly needed to swing at strikes. Now, he did that remarkably well in the first 2 rounds, not as well in the first 2 games of this series. He said, hey, if I need to, I will pass the baton to the other hitters in the Yankees lineup. He even said that going 0 for 0 with 4 walks would be a perfect game.
Here's one down the right field line, and it's high off the wall, a fair ball. Teixeira is at third and held there as Worth gets it back in on a double off the wall to right, and the first World Series hit for Alex Rodriguez. And now Joe Girardi is going to go out and talk to the right field umpires. We take another look.
Looked like it was right off the top of the railing.
It looked like it hit the camera. I think it hit the camera.
It sure did. That's a home run. That's exactly right. Good eyes, partner.
Well, this is a situation where you can have replay.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a boundary call. I think that's what Joe Girardi is doing. That ball, if the camera weren't there, appeared to be a ball that would have gone out of the ballpark.
I agree with you. The camera's pointing out and is sticking out a little bit over the wall. That ball literally hit into the lens of the camera, and this is something that could be reviewed.
Was it coming down when it hit the camera?
You know, the question is, will there be conclusive evidence to say if that ball doesn't hit inside that camera, it leaves the park? And since that camera's sticking over the wall, I think you can debate it. So we are going to have a replay situation, and they're going to look at the replay and determine whether that ball would have left or not.
I think they're going to determine that it's a home run. I really do.
Here's the camera that it hit down the right field line. It's tough to see. Evidently, it's in the left side of your screen. And you can just see it, just a flash. It hit high up on that lens.
Boy, it's tough. Wow.
Obviously, Rodriguez thinks, if not hopes, that it was indeed a home run, and the umpires will look at this on this monitor. So that's where they'll watch it and determine as to whether it's a home run or not. I don't know if there's enough evidence to say that that ball clearly would have left the park, if for no other reason than because that camera, it looks like, was sticking over the wall, and they're saying home run. So it's 3-2 now, Philadelphia, as the umpires overturn the call on the field, and now Charlie Manuel is going to argue.
I think because they called it so quickly, they weren't in that room very long. And this is, I would imagine, the shot that they had. And I think that ball would have been over the fence had the camera not been there.
So with that look at the home run that it's literally into the camera lens, it's an overturn of the call on the field, and it's a 3-2 game on a home run by Alex Rodriguez. So his first hit of this World Series isn't a double, it's a home run. And it's his 6th home run of this postseason, which ties the Yankee record in a single postseason, obviously with more rounds now than earlier in the history of this game, but he ties Bernie Williams. As we play here in the 3rd game of this World Series, and it's a 1-run game. Now Posada bounces one to short, and Jimmy Rollins gets the out, 2 away. With the bases empty, the batter will be Robinson Cano.
That home run by A-Rod following that walk on the 3-2 pitch to Teixeira on a very, very close pitch.
Here is a foul out of play off to the left. Strike 1 on Cano.
And here is the ball forward to Teixeira. And according to our box tracks, it caught the corner and was high enough, but a very close pitch.
Here's a pop-up behind the plate, caught by Ruiz to end the inning. But in the inning, a walk, a home run. Replay in the 4th inning of Game 3. 3-2. Andy Pettitte is ready for the bottom of the 4th inning in what is now a 1-run game. And a strike is into Pedro Feliz. It'll be Feliz, then Ruiz and Hamels, the bottom 3 in the lineup for the Phillies. That came back and caught the home plate umpire, Brian Gorman, and the count's 0-2. Feliz doubled and scored his first time up.
Twister on the mask. A lot of people think those don't hurt. They do.
So we have seen a call that is within the boundaries of the use of replay in the game of baseball, and a call that was overturned on the field in favor of the Yankees as Feliz grounds one to third. Rodriguez backs up and throws high and safe as Teixeira came off the bag.
Going to be a throwing error on Alex Rodriguez. He gets under the throw, and the ball tails between first and home and pulls Teixeira off the bag. Feliz ducks, and A-Rod can't duck an error.
So that's the 4th error this postseason for the Yankees. The first 3 came all in Game 2 of the ALCS against the Angels. And here is Ruiz, the number 8 hitter. And ball 1 up and in. Ruiz walked his first time to load the bases. Actually to put 2 on. Then the bunt by Hamels was supposed to be for a sacrifice, went for a base hit, then a bases loaded walk to Jimmy Rollins. Made it 2-0, and a sac fly by Shane Victorino made it 3-0. Now it's 3-2 after the overturn and the home run by Rodriguez down the right field line in the top of this inning. Staggering to get back is Pedro Feliz. A smile on his face. He almost fell over.
Pedro is not that far off. It's almost like one long stride and he's in foul territory.
That's down and in, 2-0. So with so much talk, just to be clear and maybe eliminate some of the confusion, there is that limited use of replay in baseball on boundary calls, home runs. Did it get over the wall? In this case, that was the issue on the ball hit by Rodriguez. Fair or foul, and that's it. Here's a ground ball left side. Jeter in the hole. They get the out at second. No throw to first. Here's our visit with Joe Girardi, and the first question was about instant replay and the call that was overturned on the field.
No, our coaches thought it hit something funny. It just it didn't carry him right. So and I went out and asked Jeff it. He said it made a funny noise and he would check, and they got the call right.
So now, as we talk about what's going on in the game on the field, Andy Pettitte had that rough second inning. What are you seeing out of him so far?
Well, he got in some bad counts, and what really hurt us was we didn't make the play on the bunt, because now you got second and third. If you walk Rollins, it doesn't matter. And then the third out is Victorino, and we gave him 2 runs because we didn't get Hamels on the bunt. That was the big problem.
And offensively, you've been waiting for Alex Rodriguez, and he hits that ball down the right field line, shows his strength, and I know you hope that gets him going.
Yeah, we hope that continues, and that's what he did in the first 2 series. And without Alex, I'm not sure that we would be here at this point, but he'll get going.
And you've made the decision that CC Sabathia will go on short rest tomorrow night.
Yeah, he physically feels great, and we talked to him about it, and he threw on short rest the last series and threw an outstanding ball game, and we're very comfortable with it.
All right, Joe, thanks for your time.
Thanks, guys.
Meanwhile, a sacrifice bunt. This time the Yankees handle it, and it's Posada feeding Cano at first base. Down to second with 2 out is Carlos Ruiz.
Jorge Posada making sure that he ran Andy Pettitte off of that. There was confusion, a bit of confusion the last time, and there was no play made on Hamels. But on this play, Posada makes sure.
So now a runner at second, 2 out for Jimmy Rollins. Ball 1. That limited use of replay has been in Major League Baseball since August 28th of 2008. It is used here in the World Series to overturn a call on the field for the first time. Unlike the NFL, however, managers can ask that umpires go to the replay, but they can't demand it. In this case, the umpires went and looked at it and determined that that ball would have left the park had it not hit that camera down the right field line.
And we are told that that was the first overturn in the postseason since August, actually since October of 2008. Last 2 years.
Time called at the plate. A lot of times you'll see a ball leave. It's a little more clear than that. All this replay did was give the umpires a chance to make a judgment call. And in their judgment, without that camera, that ball gets over the wall down the right field line.
And they made it very quickly.
Runner at second, 2 out, and Rollins pops it into right. Long run for Nick Swisher, who's there. And the inning is over. We go into the 5th here in Game 3. The World Series 3-2 Phillies. Back after this from your local Fox station. Bottom 3 in the lineup for the Yankees: Swisher, Cabrera, and Pettitte. We're in the 5th inning now. 3-2 Philadelphia. 2 home runs hit in this game. The first one by Jason Worth. The last one by Alex Rodriguez. And strike 1 on Swisher, who flied to right his first time up. 0 for 4 in this World Series, and out in front of that changeup, strike 2. Changeup that looks like a curveball.
I think that's the first curveball he's thrown tonight. Surprised me too, Joe.
So way out in front of it was Swisher, and it wasn't a changeup, a curveball, and Swisher trying to get on to start the 5th. Takes high.
Tried another curve. The reason that Cole Hamels throws fastball changeup is he broke his left arm, the humerus bone in his left arm, his junior year of high school, and consequently could not throw the curveball, couldn't bend the arm. So Trevor Hoffman was, of course, fastball changeup, the super stopper, future Hall of Famer for the Padres.
That is a fair ball down the left field line into the corner. Swisher will dig for second. Ibanez digs it out of the corner, and it's a leadoff double for Swisher.
And that's one of the big reasons he doesn't throw the curveball. He doesn't have the control. A high curveball hit right over the bag. Even though it lands foul, it went over the bag. Properly called by Joe West. Here's the curveball, a hanger. And Swisher with the leadoff double here in the 5th.
So it's almost as if here in the 5th inning, Cole Hamels said, okay, now I'm going to break out the curveball. It's something he has been reluctant to do, and maybe we know why.
Yeah.
Charlie Manuel talking to us before the game, talking about that pitch and its importance to Hamels. And for Cole Hamels, he just had one pulled down the left field line for a double by Swisher. Now a strike is into Melky Cabrera, tying run at second with nobody out. It's Cabrera up now, and the pitcher Andy Pettitte on deck. That's strike 2.
And if you're a Yankee hitter, you don't look for the curveball anymore. I think your thinking on that is that Cole Hamels thrown enough curveballs tonight to Nick Swisher at least going one time through the order. He's going to stick with fastball changeup here on out.
Runner at second and a foul straight back. Cabrera with 4 RBIs this postseason. Now 1 for 7 in this World Series after grounding out to start the 3rd. And a changeup gets Cabrera for out number 1, and a strikeout that's important to Hamels with Andy Pettitte coming up.
Back to the changeup to get Cabrera.
So Andy Pettitte, who is now 2 for 17 in his postseason career, hits it in the air to left, and Andy Pettitte has just delivered a hit to tie it. Nick Swisher gets flipped at home plate after sliding across safely, and the score is tied at 3.
Andy Pettitte has 13 RBIs. There's a curveball again from Cole Hamels. Heard again, first by Swisher and now by the pitcher Andy Pettitte. Great block of home by Carlos Ruiz, but Swisher with that straight inside slide to tie it. It's the only way to go into a catcher. You never hook slide into a catcher, and you never go in hands first. Great straightforward slide by Swisher. And Andy Pettitte with his 14th career RBI, and it couldn't have been bigger.
So a 3-3 game here in the 5th inning. And out to talk to Cole Hamels is Rich Doobie, the pitching coach. We look ahead to tomorrow here on Fox. It's a Super Sports Sunday, beginning with the Giants and Eagles right across the street in a battle for first in the NFC East. Then Brett Favre returns to Lambeau Field for the first time as the Vikings take on the Packers. And following the OT, it's Game 4 of the World Series. It all begins tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. The Fox NFL Sunday pregame show that's in high definition. Big day only on Fox. And here is Jeter. And there's a little flare into center field. Victorino can't get to it. Andy Pettitte will go to second, and it's first and second with one out.
So a flare by Pettitte and another flare about in the same spot by Derek Jeter. Victorino diving for the ball, trying to keep it in front of him, and he does hold Andy Pettitte to second base, but those balls hit in about the same spot.
And here's Johnny Damon, who's 0 for 2 with a ground out and a fly out to right. 2 on with 1 out and a strike over the outside corner. Pettitte is the lead runner. Derek Jeter the trail runner. Damon 1 for 10 in this series, and that ball is driven into right center field. It'll get down, go to the wall. Andy Pettitte will score. Derek Jeter is right behind him. It's a 2-run double for Damon. And it's 5-3 New York in the 5th.
Derek Jeter running right up the back of Andy Pettitte as Johnny Damon delivers a 2 RBI double past Jason Worth, and Derek Jeter actually slowing down nearing home plate because he had to. Pettitte inexperienced. Watch.
So 2 runs in the 4th inning for the Yankees, and now 3 runs in the 5th, and a 2-run lead for Andy Pettitte, who was right in the middle of this inning. With an RBI single, now a run scored. First postseason RBI for Andy Pettitte. And he comes around to score on the 2-run double by Johnny Damon. Now the batter is Teixeira, who drew that walk on a 3-2 pitch just before the home run by Alex Rodriguez. One ball, 1 strike. Teixeira comes up empty, strike 2. Jay Happ, the left-hander, gets loose. Damon at second, 1 out, and that ball misses. 2-2. Prior to the walk to Teixeira in the 4th inning, Cole Hamels was rolling, had not allowed a hit, had just hit Rodriguez. That's it. 2 strikeouts. Then a home run, and now an even bigger inning as Teixeira takes inside for ball 3.
It's coming prepared.
3 runs in the inning on 4 Yankee hits. And a 3-2 pitch is fouled, third base side.
Come on, Katie. Come on, Katie.
Up and away for a walk, and that's the 2nd straight walk to Teixeira. And here comes Rodriguez with 2 on, 1 out. In the 4th, this shot to right that hit into the lens of the camera was extended over the top of the railing. The umpiring crew went down and looked at it on replay, and after initially saying that the ball stayed in the park, it was a double. They turned it into a 2-run home run, and the game changed.
And then in this inning, the curveballs the difference in Cole Hamels earlier and Cole Hamels in this inning. The curveball to Nick Swisher and then the curveball to Andy Pettitte is undoing.
And that's the end of the night for the lefty. Cole Hamels hands over the baseball. He is knocked out in the 5th. Jay Happ will take over. Rodriguez coming up. A 5-3 Yankee lead here in the 5th inning of Game 3. We give you our Verizon game summary. The Yankees now have a 5-3 lead. A 1-hour 20-minute rain delay at the start. Jason Worth started the scoring with a solo home run in the 2nd. Alex Rodriguez with his 6th, the 2-run shot down the right field line. And Jay Happ takes over. Happ had a chance to make a start in this World Series. Charlie Manuel preferring to have him in the bullpen. He can give length, the starter during the season and reliever for Philadelphia. And he hits with strike 1 to Alex Rodriguez. So some of the weight off the shoulders of Rodriguez, who was hit by a pitch in the 2nd and who came in 0 for 8 with 6 strikeouts. When he stepped in the 4th inning and hit that 2-run home run down the right field line.
And the Phillies showing why they have tried to pitch Alex Rodriguez. Everybody in baseball tries to pitch him inside. When you get that fastball out over the plate, he has such tremendous power the other way. That fastball from Cole Hamels out away, and Rodriguez took it away into the camera, but it was ruled a home run.
2 on 1 out. Rodriguez takes inside, a ball and a strike. In this inning, Andy Pettitte has an RBI single. It's the first RBI by a Yankee pitcher since Jim Bouton in the World Series. Game 6 of 1964. Here's a 1-1. Rodriguez hits a line drive into center. Victorino is there. 2 out.
3 of the pitches to Nick Swisher were curveballs from Cole Hamels, and Swisher getting on this curveball. So with him on second base and 1 out, another curve to Andy Pettitte, and that's the pitch you really question. Why throw your 3rd best pitch to a pitcher?
So Rodriguez lines out to center, and it's 2 on with 2 out for Jorge Posada, facing Jay Happ, and that's outside. Posada's 0 for 2 tonight, 2 for 7 in this World Series. Did not make the start in Game 2 with A.J. Burnett on the mound. But did pinch hit and deliver an RBI single in the 7th. That misses. 2-0. Hamels goes 4 1/3. So far he has allowed 5 runs on 5 hits, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts, and a home run. Also hit a batter. Here's the 2-0. Ball 3. Cano is next. Here's a 3-0. And swinging on 3-0, a pop-up into shallow right. Utley is there, and the inning is over. Happ does a nice job as he takes care of Rodriguez and Posada. Yankees now lead for the first time tonight, 5-3 after 4.5. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Chevy and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. Aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. To get the most channels in HD, call 1-800-DirecTV. Bottom of the 5th inning now, and Shane Victorino. 2, 3, and 4 hitters against Andy Pettitte. Strike one. Pettitte got Victorino on a pop-up in the first, and then Victorino got Pettitte on a sac fly to left his last time up. Victorino trying to get something started for the Phillies, and he fouls it. It's an 0-2 count. We welcome you inside our broadcast booth, and again, happy Halloween to everybody as you trick or treat or watch back at home. And this game really turned around in a blink, didn't it?
It did. The 2-run home run by Alex Rodriguez, and then the 3 runs in the 5th. 5 unanswered runs by the Yankees.
So now it's up to these Phillies bats to get back after Andy Pettitte. And that misses down and away for ball 1. Big inning for Philadelphia. 3-run, 3-hit second. And that's when Victorino had his sac fly. Worth had a home run, and Rollins had a bases loaded walk for an RBI. Utley will follow, and then Ryan Howard. Andy Pettitte making his 12th World Series start. 3-4 overall. ERA 3.82 in the past. He misses with ball 2. That's a line drive into center field, and Cabrera comes in to grab it. 1 out. Ball stayed in the air, and Melky Cabrera got to it. Once again, tonight's Jeep trivia question: who has the highest career batting average in World Series play? With a minimum of 100 at bats, Lou Gehrig at 361.
Kind of figured it would be a Yankee, because most of the Yankees are the ones with 100 at bats at least.
He played in 7 World Series for the Yankees. The Yankees won 6 of the 7. Hit 10 home runs with 35 RBIs in 34 World Series games. Utley has struck out twice, as has Ryan Howard. One ball, one strike. Ball 2. Two balls and a strike from Andy Pettitte. 1 out, nobody on base for the Phillies, and a ground ball right side. Pettitte has to get over, and does. Teixeira went way to his right to take care of that ground ball and fed Andy Pettitte for round number 2, and Ryan Howard will step in, having struck out 6 at bats in a row. 4 times in game 2. 3 of them by A.J. Burnett, 1 by Rivera, and then here tonight. 8 strikeouts overall during this World Series, and he is 2 for 11. Pettit went out to, rather Posada went out to talk to Pettit, and he may either A, be talking about plan of attack against Howard, or B, letting Andy Pettit catch his breath after having to sprint to beat Chase Utley on that ball hit to the right side. Andy Pettit is trying for a 1-2-3 inning against the 2, 3, and 4 hitters of the Phillies.
Once again, everything has been away from Ryan Howard all night.
And that misses away, a fastball, ball 1. Puts it in play, but a pop-up on the infield left side for Jeter. 2, 3, and 4 hitters go in order as we play Game 3 on Halloween night. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Verizon Wireless. Get baseball stats and news on your phone with the Fox Sports Ultimate app from Verizon Wireless. Game number 3 goes into the 6th inning, and Jay Happ, who came on and did a nice job to end the top of the 5th by getting Rodriguez, and then Posada deals with Cano and throws 1 pitch. Utley takes care of his counterpart. 1 out, and Cano is now 1 for 10 in this World Series. Nick Swisher, who started the 3-run 4-hit rally in the 5th inning with a double down the left field line, digs his way in.
Jay Happ restoring order for the Phillies momentarily. What do Joe Girardi, the manager of the Yankees, and Jay Happ have in common? Well, they both attended Northwestern. Joe 44, Jay Happ just turned 27. And we asked Joe before the game if he knew about Jay through the Alums Association. He said absolutely.
There was a stretch where Jay Happ was the best starting pitcher that the Phillies had this year.
Right.
He did a little bit of everything during the course of the year. He was 12-4 overall. Made 23 starts and came out of the bullpen 12 times. He fools Swisher, and it's a 1-2 count.
Got a cut fastball out of the strike zone.
With 1 out, nobody on, that's fouled out of play. Phillies in the bottom of this inning will have Worth, Ibanez, and Pedro Feliz against Andy Pettit. Who had a rough 2nd inning, otherwise all zeros on the board. Pettit with 83 pitches to this point. That's ball 2. The 2-2 to Nick Swisher is hit high and deep in the air to left. Back at the wall, Swisher is hit a home run. He has doubled and homered, and it's now a 3-run lead, 6-3 New York. There were some who speculated that Joe Girardi may try and play Matsui in the outfield. Didn't play in the outfield during the regular season and sit Swisher for the 2nd straight game. Well, Nick got the start, and he's doubled and now homered.
Sitting on the fastball from Happ, he got it and homered.
Here is Cabrera. 1 out, nobody on, a run home for New York as they lead by 3. Here's a line drive into left right at Ibanez. 2 out.
Nick Swisher with the oddest of years. Yankee Stadium, the new home of the Yankees, a home run haven. However, Swisher with 21 home runs on the road, only 8 at home. Make that 22 on the road.
Andy Pettitte has a hit and an RBI and a run scored in this game, and he takes a ball inside. We mentioned earlier that it was the first RBI during the World Series by a Yankees pitcher since Jim Bouton, Game 6 of 1964. Now Chad Durbin, a right-hander, gets loose. The 2-0. 2-1 from Happ. On 2-1, another strike from Jay Happ. Starts to rain again here in the 6th inning. 2-2 pitch, and Pettitte strikes out. In the inning, a home run for Nick Swisher. 2 extra base hits in Game 3. As we go into the bottom of the 6th, 6-3 New York. Jason Worth leads it off for Philadelphia. He's homered fly to right. Yankees lead 6-3, bottom of the 6th inning, series tied at a game apiece. This Philadelphia club was number 3 in baseball with 43 comeback wins during the course of the regular season. They need to get to work as Andy Pettitte has really settled in. Breaking ball misses, a ball and a strike. Pettitte has not allowed a hit since the 2nd. He pitched around an error in the 4th. There's a drive into left. 2nd of the night, and a monster shot from Jason Worth. It's 6-4.
What a monster home run off the Geico sign, the bottom of the upper deck. Man.
Here is Raul Ibanez. Talked about it in this series, and here tonight, Worth has come relatively close to hitting that $1 million sign in left center field.
What a shot. Looking for that fastball inside. He got it. And I mean, he unloaded.
David Robertson and Phil Koch, a right-hander and a left-hander, start to loosen for New York. There's a strike on Ibanez. It's 1-2. Nobody on or out after the home run by Worth. Two and two. Talking to Joe Girardi before the game, we asked him about the availability of Mariano Rivera. He said probably not for 2 innings tonight. Trying to limit his work as Ibanez strikes out on a ball in the dirt. Posada flips. 1 out.
That's what Andy Pettitte has done tonight to this Phillies lineup. He has retired all 3 left-handed batters. 0 for 9 on the night with 6 strikeouts. Utley, Howard, and Ibanez.
Up to 91 pitches on the night. 51 coming in the first 2 innings. As Phillies takes ball 1 outside. Pedro has doubled and scored and reached on an error by Rodriguez at third. The 1-0. Little high, 2-0. Two and 1. So 6 home runs this postseason for Alex Rodriguez. Jason Worth has 2 tonight and 7 this postseason for the Phillies. Ball 3, 3-1. Full count.
Pedro Feliz, an inside hitter. He loves the fastball on the inside part of the plate. Expect Pettitte to go away. Nope.
And Feliz strikes out on a pitch down and in. Strikeout number 7 for Andy Pettitte.
Boy, a good slider right here to get Feliz.
Following the Fox NFL Sunday pregame show tomorrow, watch from Cowboys Stadium the biggest live trailer debut in history for a movie event, Avatar. It's coming December 18th. James Cameron movie as the pitch is up and away to Carlos Ruiz, who's 0 for 1 with a walk and a run scored.
Phillies batter will have a 2-home run game in the World Series. Dykstra, Howard, and Chase Utley.
Ruiz trying to get on with the pitcher spot due next. The Phillies would pinch hit, and they have Eric Bruntlett in the on-deck circle. Counts 2-0 on Ruiz. And that's ball 3. Chad Durbin getting loose for Philadelphia. That's low to bring up the tying run. And it's Bruntlett who does not have an at-bat this postseason. Here comes Dave Island, the pitching coach, and Bruntlett bats for Happ, who went an inning and 2/3 and allowed a run on the home run by Swisher. We remind you tomorrow, big day on Fox. Giants at the Eagles right across the street at 1 o'clock after Fox NFL Sunday. Vikings at the Packers. Brett Favre is back in Green Bay at Lambeau Field. And then after the OT, the Yankees at the Phillies. That's at 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Game 4 in a matchup of Joe Blanton for Philadelphia against CC Sabathia for New York.
And again, a reminder to move your clock back 1 hour so you won't be late for those games tomorrow.
This place will be jumping. Oh boy. Bruntlett takes ball 1. This is, in my estimation, the best sports complex in any city in this country when you consider all of the venues that are right in this area. And there's Lincoln Financial Field. It'll be buzzing tomorrow. 1-0 pitch. A ball and a strike on Bruntlett. Third World Series for Bruntlett, who flies one into shallow right for Swisher, and the inning is over. A run in the inning on a blast by Jason Worth, his second of the game. 6-4 New York. Back after this from your local Fox station. A lot of the fans dressed up in Halloween costumes on this Halloween night, and they've got 22 more minutes before it's November. Here's Chad Durbin. He takes over third pitcher of the game. Hamels, then Happ. Now Durbin. Jeter first up, and a fly ball into right for Worth. Derek Jeter came to the plate his last time up, and he had this exchange with home plate umpire Brian Gorman, referencing the hit by Pettit for an RBI in the 5th. Here's the hit. A little floater into center field for an RBI. Here's Jeter.
You're going to have to listen to Pettit now. He's been bragging about his hitting all year.
And he can brag after an RBI single. Later, a run scored on a double, 2-run double by Johnny Damon. Here's a pitch high and tight. Rain picks up a little bit, and the count 1-1 on Johnny Damon, who has a 2-run double. He's 1 for 3. Breaking ball is grounded foul, strike 2. Chad Durbin really finished the regular season strong. Good in the NLCS against the Dodgers, and we see him for the first time in this World Series. Jabba Chamberlain starts to get loose here in the 7th. Two balls, 2 strikes on Damon. That's in the dirt. When we play audio like that from the field, we should give a nod, appreciation of the work done by our crew in audio. Joe Carpenter, Bob Qua, Tom Sullivan, doing a great job in bringing you all the sounds tonight from Philadelphia on Halloween. Now a walk with 1 out. Fred Ferris as well, part of our audio crew, and we're proud of the work they do every night. Here is Mark Teixeira with 1 on, 1 out. Teixeira is 0 for 1, but he's walked twice and scored a run.
Yeah, this is a tough matchup for Chad Durbin. The reason for that is Chad is not a hard thrower, can't get inside to Teixeira.
He misses inside with ball 1.
We've spoken several times about how American League pitchers work Teixeira. And because of his long swing, the longer the swing, the more you can get inside. Of course, Mark's had a great year, but it's a tough hitter for Chad Durbin because he doesn't throw hard enough to really bust Teixeira inside.
This is just a 2-run game. Phillies will have the top of their lineup in the bottom of this 7th. Rollins, Victorino, and Utley. 1 on, 1 out with Teixeira now, and Rodriguez on deck. That's ball 2. With that pitch, the infield swings around to the right. The left side of the infield wide open.
Yeah, it's a pulled count. That's why.
2-1.
Deeper into a count, a pitcher goes 2-1, 2-0, 3-1. A hitter like Teixeira is more inclined to pull the ball.
The 2-1. 2-2. Three and two. Runner goes, a swing and a miss. Throw to second, and safe is Damon. And he's there with 2 out.
That was Jimmy Rollins coming over from the second base side of second base. He's the closest to the bag. The throw into the runner, and Rollins just can't make the tag. Damon sliding in there.
So now first base is open, 2 out. We'll see if the Phillies even bother to pitch to Alex Rodriguez. On deck is Posada. Decision will be made by that man, Charlie Manuel.
I wouldn't walk him intentionally here.
And the Phillies, at least initially, are not. Six home runs, including 1 here tonight. 6 this postseason for Rodriguez. And strike 1. So you'd come after A-Rod with Posada next.
I'd come inside just like Durbin did on that first pitch. As much as you can, try to wear Rodriguez out inside. The inability to do that by Cole Hamels, one of the reasons Rodriguez homered, the 2-run shot to put the Yankees on the board.
They go back inside, miss, 1 ball, 1 strike. That's strike 2. A strikeout, a walk in the inning for Durbin, a stolen base by Damon. Jeter let off fly to right. The crowd climbs back into it with a 1-2 count on Rodriguez. Two and 2. And Rodriguez is hit for the second time tonight. So that'll put 2 on with 2 out. Rodriguez reaches base 3 times in this game 3. 2 times being hit by a pitch. Cole Hamels got him in the second, and now Durbin gets him in the 7th.
Hamels hit Rodriguez in the upper arm. He was protected there, but there's no protection on that left leg where Durbin hit him.
Now it's Posada with 2 on and 2 out. Trying to add to a 6-4 Yankee lead here in the 7th. And a ball down and away. Damon and Rodriguez the runners. The 1-0. Posada takes strike one. 59 games during the regular season, all out of the bullpen for Durbin. 2-2 record, a 4.39 ERA. Spent time on the DL this season, misses inside with ball 2 to Posada. These two teams came into this game a combined .227 average with 11 runs total, 4 home runs, 1 steal, and 40 strikeouts. 10 runs have been scored tonight on 11 hits. That skips in, ball 3. And a total of 4 home runs, 1 by Rodriguez, 1 by Swisher, 2 by Jason Worth. Posada takes strike 2.
Posada complained about the first strike, now complains about that one, and with good reason.
So a full count, the runners will go with 2 out. There they go, and a little fly ball down the left field line is going to fall. In to score is Damon. Stopping at third is Rodriguez, and on at first with a 2-out RBI single is Posada. And it's a 3-run game again, 7-4 New York. A little flare into left field, bringing home Johnny Damon. First time Damon has scored in this game.
The thing about Posada, he complained about that 3-1 pitch, and the pitch looked not only outside but low. This is the 3-1 pitch, outside and low. Posada complains about it. No complaints then. Base hit to score another Yankee run.
And it's 7-4 here in the 7th inning, and Robinson Cano will bat. A strike on the outside corner, and Cano didn't like the call. Cano is struck out, fouled out, grounded out, 1 for 10. And 9 for 45 this postseason. That's strike 2. That hit by Posada, the first hit of this inning against Durbin. A walk, a hit batsman. Now Brett Myers gets loose for the Phillies as ball 1 is way high. Corralled by Carlos Ruiz.
Corralled is the right word. That ball almost got by Ruiz. Watch him web it.
There's strike 3 called. Cano 0 for 4 on the night, but another run for New York, and it scores in a 2-out RBI hit by Jorge Posada. We give you a look as we prepare for the 7th inning stretch at our game summary. The 1-hour 20-minute rain delay at the beginning. Jason Worth with 2 long solo home runs, and in the 4th through the 7th, 7-run scoring for the New York Yankees. A-Rod with a 2-run shot in there for New York. Right now we join public address announcer Dan Baker for the introduction of God Bless America.
Ladies and gentlemen, please join Staff Sergeant Jesse Neese from the United States Army Chorus as he sings God Bless America.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans wide with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
U.S. Army Staff Sergeant Jesse Neese, bottom of the 7th, top of the order coming up for the Phillies, who trail by 3. That video brought to you by Warner Brothers Pictures' Sherlock Holmes, starring Robert Downey Jr. in theaters on Christmas Day. Bottom of the 7th inning, top of the order for the Phillies, down by 3, and Jabba Chamberlain takes over. And misses high. Ball 1, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. Andy Pettitte, 6 innings. He allows 4 runs on 5 hits, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts, 2 home runs. Rollins pops it up left center field, and it's Johnny Damon who wants it and has it, 1 out. Damaso Marte getting loose. Shane Victorino, the switch hitter, coming up. Then the left-handed hitting Chase Utley.
Yeah, that Marte is going to be brought into the game in all probability to pitch to Utley and Howard.
Victorino's 0 for 2 with a sac fly, and he takes the ball. One ball, 1 strike. Fastball low, ball 2. Phillies now dealing with this Yankee bullpen, which has been anything but automatic for Joe Girardi this postseason, with one exception, Mariano Rivera. 2 out. We'll see if that's it. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by DirecTV. No one else has all your favorite channels in HD. By Warner Brothers Pictures' Sherlock Holmes, starring Robert Downey Jr. in theaters Christmas Day. And by Chevy and their award-winning cars, trucks, and crossovers. So with 2 out and nobody on, and 2 quick and easy outs, Joe Girardi sticks with the right-hander Jabba Chamberlain. And Chase Utley faces him and takes a strike.
That's probably the reason, Joe, because the first 2 outs, Rollins and Victorino, were easy outs. If there were a runner on, you'd have to figure that Marte would be in the game, but not now with the 3-run Yankee lead and 2 out, nobody on.
The 0-1 pitch, Utley takes the ball. Utley tonight is 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. 0 for 3 rather, with a pair of strikeouts and a ground out. Trying to get on in front of Ryan Howard, who is 0 for 3 as well. Fly ball into center field. Back is Melky Cabrera in front of the track. The inning is over. We go into the 8th here in game 3. Yankees will bat and they lead it 7-4. Aerial coverage brought to you by DirecTV. To get theater quality picture and sound on every channel, call 1-800-DirecTV. Red Myers takes over for Philadelphia here in the 8th inning. Bottom 3 in the lineup: Swisher, Cabrera, and then the pitcher's spot. That right now is being occupied by Jabba Chamberlain. Ball 1. Nick Swisher has had a nice night. Flied to right his first time up, doubled and scored in the 5th, homered in the 6th. And bats leading off the 8th with the Yankees leading 7-4. 2-0. Now a fly ball into left field and easy for Ibanez. 1 out. Brad Myers was on the disabled list this year and had surgery during the course of the season to repair a torn labrum in his right hip.
Only 70 innings of work. His best outing might have been May 22nd when he beat the Yankees, working 8 innings. That was a season high. He pitched very, very well. That was before a game that we did, Joe, on the 23rd, a game started by Jay Happ against the Yankees at Yankee Stadium.
Myers was not a part of the active roster for the last round against the Dodgers, added to get another arm available for the Phillies against the Yankees, and he gets his first work here in the 8th inning of Game 3. Now Phil Hughes, who has been shaky, gets loose. 2-0 pitch is a strike. On deck is Hideki Matsui. Jabba Chamberlain, if that's it for him, went 1 perfect inning against the top 3 in the lineup for Philadelphia. There's strike 2.
That was a strike, and strikes come easy sometimes for Brett Myers, who is the best bowler on the Phillies team. He bowled a .298 game 2 springs ago. .298.
That is out of play off to the left. Dangerous foul ball, and the count still 2-2.
Acknowledged as the best bowler on the Phillies, acknowledged by Ryan Howard, who loves to bowl. Brett Myers telling us the other day that the pitcher's mound and the bowling lane are similar.
His 2-2 pitch. A strikeout of Melky Cabrera, 2 away on a pitch that would have been a gutter ball. Down and in.
Little gutter action right here. And think about it. Brett said in bowling, you pick up your aim about 12 to 15 feet after you release the ball. But in pitching, it's 60 feet 6 inches away. I've never really thought about it in those terms, but makes a lot of sense.
Here's Matsui now batting for Chamberlain, and ball 1.
This is one game where you can get a gutter ball and still get a strike, right?
It happened with Cabrera, and so far so good for Brett Myers. The Phillies in the bottom of this 8th inning will have Howard, Worth, and Ibanez. Some big bats coming up, so Myers trying to keep this game within reach. It's 7-4, so there's drama there. There's also drama in that we are being told that rain is headed our way, and it, at least from the report I just got in my ear, is potentially going to pour here in the next 15 to 20 minutes. Here's a fly ball well hit to left off the bat of Matsui and gone. A pinch hit home run for Hideki Matsui. Typically the DH for the Yankees, starting the night on the bench, and he makes it 8-4 New York.
One of the disturbing things about Brett Myers' season, along with the hip surgery, the fact that he gave up 18 home runs in 70 2/3 innings. And now a home run here in the World Series to Hideki Matsui.
So you think about the Yankees, who are playing without the DH. Big money and a productive spot in their lineup during the course of the regular season or during the American League playoffs. Andy Pettitte has an RBI single, a run scored, and now Matsui off the bench in that number 9 spot delivers a home run. So 2 RBIs out of that spot and 2 runs scored for New York, with their biggest offensive output of this World Series. They lead 8-4. Here's the 0-2 to Jeter, and a chop foul.
Yeah, we talked about it in the opening. I mean, the Yankees, from the designated hitter's role, got 33 home runs and 107 RBIs. That's a lot of offense to give up when you go to a National League city.
A foul straight back, and it's still 0-2 on Jeter. Jeter tonight has a hit and a run scored, 1 for 4. That was against the starter Cole Hamels, who lasted just 4 1/3. And after his dominant postseason of 2008, he has yet to go even 6 innings in any start this postseason. He's made 4 starts. He came in 1-1, an ERA of 6.75. We talked about the Phillies needing him to be the Cole Hamels of old, and after starting out very well through 3 1/3, he had not allowed a hit, a walk and a homer in the 4th, and then a 3-run 5th. Jeter strikes out, another run and another home run for the Yankees, their 3rd. Jason Worth has hit 2 for the Phillies. He's due up second in the bottom of the 8th. Phillies bat down by 4. A couple of changes for the Yankees defensively. Brett Gardner takes over in center. Melky Cabrera goes over to right. The new pitcher is Damaso Marte, and he fires a strike to Ryan Howard. It'll be Ryan Howard, then Jason Worth, Raul Ibanez. Phil Hughes is still getting loose for the Yankees in their pen as they lead at 8-4, bottom of the 8th inning. And a breaking ball in for a strike from Damaso Marte, who has been really one of the more reliable relievers that Joe Girardi has had in his bullpen this postseason. After struggling during the regular season, being hurt, having an ERA over 9. Howard gets a piece. He's 0 for 3 tonight, Ryan Howard. 2 more strikeouts, 8 in this World Series. And Ryan Howard so far is 2 for 12. The 0-2 pitch is grounded to first, foul. Left shoulder issues during the course of the year for Damaso. A 1-3 record, an ERA of 9.45 in just 21 games. Rain picks up a little bit as Howard steps out. Counts 0-2. Jabba Chamberlain, 1 perfect inning. He looks like he's getting his stuff back together, and now Howard strikes out for the 3rd time tonight. Struck out 4 times in game 2.
Ryan, the last 2 years prior to this year, struck out 398 times, 186 times this year. The Yankees are making the pitches on the big man, Ryan Howard.
This breathing room for the Yankees has kept Joe Girardi in the dugout. During the course of this postseason, he has been criticized by some for overmanaging, going to the bullpen too much. He keeps Marte out there with the right-handed hitting Worth. It's a 4-run game. The best he could do by himself is make it a 3-run game, and the left-handed hitting Ibanez on deck. Chamberlain stayed in with 2 out, nobody on, with the left-handed hitting Chase Utley coming up. Breaking ball is a good one, and they count 1-2 from Marte. Here's a pop-up, foul right side, and out of play. Big sports day in Philadelphia tomorrow, which will culminate with Game 4 here tomorrow night at 8 with CC Sabathia taking on Joe Blanton. And a breaking ball, nobody on base, and Jorge Posada was crossed up.
Wanted a high fastball. He got a breaking ball. Looking for the express, got the local.
So the count 2-2. Well, it is officially Sunday. Yes. So football later today. And now Worth somehow gets a piece of that pitch.
Looks like a cricket match on that swing. I don't know a lot about cricket, but you get the idea with that last swing. That pitch about 6 inches off the ground and a foot inside.
And the count's still 2-2. Worth has homered twice, and he takes strike 3. 2 out, nobody on in the 8th. The World Series on Fox is sponsored by Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart. By American Express. Don't take chances, take charge. And by the all-new Taurus from Ford. Drive one. We are in the bottom of the 8th inning. 2 out, nobody on, and Ibanez, who is 0 for 3 tonight. No hits tonight from Utley, Howard, or Ibanez. Leans away from strike 1. Combined 0 for 11. With 8 strikeouts. And now a pop-up back behind the plate. And out of the reach of Posada, out of play. 0-2. Major League Baseball is proud to support Stand Up to Cancer. Visit standuptocancer.org to learn more about how you can help us in the fight against cancer. Hideki Matsui did his job tonight, came off the bench and hit a pinch hit home run in the top of this 8th. Made it 8-4. It's still 8-4. 2 out, nobody on, and an 0-2 count. And Marte steps off. And a line drive caught by Rodriguez. Another 1-2-3 inning out of the Yankee bullpen. This time it's Damaso Marte. We go to the 9th here in Game 3. Yankees lead it by 4. Ryan Madsen takes over for Philadelphia. He will work to Johnny Damon, then Mark Teixeira, Alex Rodriguez after Myers went 1, struck out 2, and allowed a home run to Hideki Matsui, the only hit. Madsen misses low, ball 1. Ryan worked in game 2, went 1 inning, allowed a hit, but struck out the side, hit a batter as well. The 1-0 is swung on and missed, a ball and a strike. Here's a 1-1, and that's too far inside. The Yankees made the announcement before the game that Sabathia would go on 3 days rest and work here tomorrow night in game 4 and take on Joe Blanton. The Phillies are not willing to ask Cliff Lee, their game 1 starter, who has never pitched on 3 days rest, at the end of a long season, to try it tomorrow night against Sabathia. And while Sabathia in his career is 4-2 with an ERA of 2.11, he's made 6 starts on 3 days rest.
The Yankees were very, very smart resting Sabathia in the early part of September, looking forward to the postseason and the World Series. Handled very shrewdly by Joe Girardi.
And it paid off in game 4 of the ALCS when he shut down the Angels in Anaheim. Damon grounds out. We give you tonight's saving moment of the game, brought to you by Walmart. Save money, live better. Walmart. And it was the ball down the right field line that hit the lens of the camera. The umpires got together, went in, took a look at it on replay, and overturned the call on the field. It was in their judgment that that ball, had it not hit the camera, would have left the park and been over that railing. Still a judgment call and not a clear-cut decision, but the umpires said home run, a 2-run shot. That was off the bat of Alex Rodriguez in the 4th. After a walk to this hitter, Teixeira. It turned a 3-0 game with Cole Hamels seemingly in total control at that point into a 3-2 game. Andy Pettitte really settled down in the middle innings, and the Yankees went to work. 3 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th, 1 in the 7th, 1 in the 8th. And they lead at 8-4. One ball, 2 strikes on Teixeira, 1 out, nobody on. And a shattered bat pop up into center for Victorino. 2 out. So while the Phillies will use 4 starters in this World Series, with Blanton getting the ball tomorrow night in game 4, the Yankees hope that they only have to use 3 different starters. And that would mean A.J. Burnett would come back on short rest game 5 on Monday night. In his career, in 3 starts, he's 3-0 on short rest with an ERA of 1.64. And if you carry it on to game 6, if there is a game 6, Pedro Martinez at Yankee Stadium would get the ball against tonight's starter Andy Pettitte if he goes on short rest. In his career, he's 5-7 with an ERA of 4.18 in 18 starts on short rest. That's low from Madsen, and the count 2-0 on A-Rod. There's a strike. The Yankees will try to get through the rest of game 3 without having to use Mariano Rivera, who went 2 innings in game 2. Phil Hughes is getting loose again. And it looks like he will take over in what is now a 4-run game in the 9th, bottom half, with Feliz, Ruiz, and then a pinch hitter due up for Philadelphia.
And Joe Girardi buys time, and then telling us before the game that Rivera would not be called upon for a 6-out save tonight, but maybe tomorrow night, if he doesn't pitch tonight, he could be called upon for more than 3 outs.
Alex Rodriguez is on base for the 4th time tonight as he draws a 2-out walk here in the top of the 9th. Been hit by a pitch twice and hit that 2-run home run off the camera in right. Here's Posada, 1 for 4. Strike 1 from Madsen.
Madsen unique as far as relievers are concerned in that he does not feature a breaking ball. Fastball, changeup.
Rodriguez at first, 2 out, and that's a ball. 1-1 on Posada, who has an RBI single. That came in the 7th. Came with 2 out to score Damon. That made it 7-4. It's now 8-4 after the pinch hit home run by Matsui. Good pitch down and in, strike 2.
Good twirler is Cano.
Twirling that bat and trying to figure out what to do in the batter's box where he's 1 for 10. And now 1 for 11 as he struck out his last time up. So he is still struggling. The guy behind him, Nick Swisher, had a big night. A double and a home run. 2 runs scored. He got the nod and he rewarded Joe Girardi with a big night with a bat. That's in the dirt. The double for Swisher came leading off in the 5th inning, and it started the 3-run 4-hit rally that put the Yankees on top for the first time, and they have added to that lead that they built in the 5th. Here's a 2-2. Full count. So the runner Rodriguez will go. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out. Pitch to Posada is flied in the air to center. Back to get it, Victorino. That sends game 3 into the bottom of the 9th inning. Bottom 3 in the lineup coming up for Philadelphia as they trail by 4. Well, there's a look at the combination for the Yankees. And we look at the main player in a drama coming up today on Fox. Later on this afternoon, a big sports day, which includes the Eagles hosting the Giants. It includes the Packers hosting Brett Favre and the Vikings. After all that, the OT. And it's game 4 of the World Series. It all begins tomorrow at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. Fox NFL Sunday, the pregame show in high definition only on Fox, and a visit between Terry Bradshaw and Brett Favre, which will get you teed up for a long day of sports here on Fox. Here is Pedro Feliz. And And Hughes delivers a pitch. Phillies fouls it off to the right. Strike one.
Joe, I talked to Terry Bradshaw yesterday for about 10 minutes, and he was very, very satisfied with the interview with Brett Favre.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Wonder if Favre was satisfied.
I don't know.
With the interview by Terry Bradshaw.
Don't know.
Pedro Feliz, I keep saying tomorrow. It's later today.
Yeah.
As we have bled over into November. Halloween is over. Put the Milky Ways away and the peanut M&Ms. Finished. At least here in the East. Out west, it's okay. And that pitch hit the home plate umpire, Brian Gorman. Did Posada touch it?
I'm not sure he did. Pitch was supposed to be away. Posada may have, maybe the lacing of the glove, that ball hitting Brian Gorman right on the left shoulder. Brian appears to be all right. Umpires, home plate umpires, do wear protection underneath their shirts. It's that inside protector.
There's a strike, and the count is 2-2. Mariano Rivera getting loose just in case. The 2-2 from Phil Hughes is chopped to third. Rodriguez gets to it and throws for the out. Eight in a row retired by Yankee pitching, and the last 7 by the Yankee bullpen as Ruiz steps in. Jabba Chamberlain, 1 perfect inning. Same for Damaso Marte, and now Phil Hughes, who came in having retired only 14 of the 27 batters he had faced this postseason, with opponents hitting .391 against him. I liked what he said. He said, I've been relying too much on scouting reports and worrying about hitters' weaknesses and going away from my strengths. Good, young, strong right-hander. Fires a fastball for a swinging strike, and it's 1-1.
Very upset in game 1 when he left, and taking it out on Jerry Davis, the home plate umpire. And Phil, to his credit, after the game said, I was wrong. I looked at some of those pitches.
Here's one into deep left center field. Gardner going back, and it's gone. Home run, Ruiz. And it's 8-5 here in the 9th. Carlos Ruiz makes it a 3-run game with 1 out.
Hughes saying, I looked at some of those pitches and they were not strikes, but what Ruiz just hit was a strike. A high fastball, and Ruiz has proven that he can hit that pitch. 2 doubles and a home run in this World Series, all on high fastballs. That's a 4-seam fastball thrown by Hughes, and the 3rd home run of this game by the Phillies.
And the end of the night for Phil Hughes. So up by 3 with 1 out, nobody on. Hughes is gone, and Rivera's coming in. Mariano Rivera takes over. Now there is 1 out in this inning. A run is home, and I'm sure this move will be debated by fans in the media. With nobody on, 1 down, a run home. Phil Hughes is taken out. Now he struggled, there's no denying that. Rivera takes over, and Matt Stairs pinch hits and goes after the first pitch. Fouls it back, strike 1.
I think you have to make this move. I really do. I mean, to me, there's no debate. Philly's very capable of coming from behind.
Foul back. On the other side, you have had to use Mariano Rivera for 2 innings 2 nights ago.
Yep.
And you have Sabathia and really the rest of your rotation going on short rest, as this World Series unfolds further. 0-2 pitch is grounded to the second baseman, Cano. 2 out.
I think the fact that Rivera is called on to get 2 outs, and we're not talking about a full inning, but 2 outs, and he can be so economical in his pitches as we've seen over and over and over, and then cut it down to an inning tomorrow night. I think he's got to be in this game. I mean, that's my opinion.
With 2 out and nobody on, the batter is Jimmy Rollins. A ball inside. It took 39 pitches for Rivera to get through 2 innings on Thursday night. Two out in the inning now. Broken bat pop up, and the Yankees win game 3. And Rivera ends it, coming out of the bullpen with that little broken bat pop up, and the Yankees come from behind, trailing 3-0 into the 4th inning. They went to work. Andy Pettitte settled down. The Yankees got 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th, single runs in the 6th, 7th, and 8th. Their offense woke up, even without the benefit of the DH. Nick Swisher in on the congratulations with a double and a home run in this game, and the Yankees win it by a final of 8-5.
Economical, I should say so. The incomparable Rivera threw 5 pitches to get 2 outs.
So Rivera gets the last 2 outs. Does not get a save in this game, but he ends the night. 3-hour, 25-minute game. Our American Express take charge player of the game is Andy Pettitte. And after a long bottom of the 2nd inning, he took charge from the 3rd inning on. In fact, even got an RBI base hit and scored a run. He did it all tonight. Had 1 hiccup in the 2nd. And he gets the victory here this evening in game 3. 8-5 is the final here tonight in game 3, and we welcome you to our Chevy postgame show on Fox. And we go down to the field and Ken Rosenthal.
Thanks, Joe. Alex, the ball you hit for the home run, when did you have an idea that it was out?
Well, until the umpires went in and reviewed it, and I couldn't see it. I was talking with Utley and Howard, and we didn't get a good view. So when we got the call, and I was happy.
You talked about the importance of swinging at strikes on the off day. Obviously, you were hit twice tonight, but you did also draw a walk. How satisfied were you with your overall approach?
Yeah, I liked it. It was much more like myself, you know. The last couple nights, they made good pitches, but I helped them out, and I chased some bad pitches off the plate. Tonight was a lot more discipline and better results.
Alex, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Nick, double to lead off the 5th, a home run in the 6th.
Yeah.
What was the difference for you tonight?
I just think, I think this is the most fun I've had probably in the last month. And I think I had a great attitude coming to the ballpark today. I did a lot of talking with some of the guys and just felt like myself again. And, it paid off for me.
You guys rallied from a 3-0 deficit tonight. You lead the series 2-1. CC tomorrow. How do you like your chances?
Well, we're not really worried about that. We'll go home, get some sleep, and then worry about that. But then, they got a great team over there. It's going to be a battle every time. And it's the first time I've gotten a chance to come to this ballpark. And, it just seems like you're going to have a slugfest a lot. It feels like a small ballpark. But for us, it was a great night for the Yankees. We got great pitching from Andy tonight. You got to tip your hat to him. Bullpen came in. Mo shut it down. It was a great day for us.
Nick, thank you very much. Right. Joe, back to you.
All right, Kenny, thank you very much. And it's an 8-5 win for the Yankees here in game 3. Andy Pettitte gets career postseason win number 17. Johnny Damon had a nice night as well for New York. We'll continue after this. We welcome you back to the Chevy postgame show on Fox. Final score 8-5. The Yankees win it. And they lead in this series 2-1. We welcome you back inside our booth with our pumpkins and our banners, and Joe and Tim with you. And now here are the Yankees up 2-1. And for the Phillies, they have to take on CC Sabathia tomorrow night.
Yeah, think about what the Phillies have done. They had won 5 straight postseason series. They were 11-1 in the last 2 years in this ballpark, and that's what the Yankees did tonight. They come back from 3 runs down, and they beat a very, very tough ball club here.
What was your favorite Halloween costume when you were a kid?
I don't remember.
Me either.
It's been a while since.
It's good to be with you on Halloween.
Nice being with you.
Okay,
too,
thank
Joe.
you. Good. I was waiting for that.
Yeah.
Later on today, as we continue, we take a little break, and then it's a Super Sports Sunday on Fox, beginning with the Giants and Eagles and their battle for first place in the NFC East. And Brett Favre returns to Lambeau. Have you heard about this yet, by the way? Brett Favre is with the Vikings, and he's going to play the Packers at Lambeau. That's in the late window on a doubleheader day on Fox. Then following the OT, it's Game 4 of the World Series and a matchup of CC Sabathia and Joe Blanton. Tomorrow night or later tonight, however you want to look at it, depending on where you're watching us from across this country. That'll start at 8 o'clock. Game 4. Coming up next, except on the West Coast, it's your late local news, followed by Talk Show with Spike Fierstein and Sit Down, Shut Up. Just reading what I'm given. Promotional consideration paid for by the following. For more information on tonight's game and the latest in Major League Baseball news, log on to foxsports.com. Powered by MSN, the world's favorite sports site for Tim and Ken and Chris and Mark and Ozzie and Eric. This is Joe Buck. So long from Philadelphia. Big day on Fox later today.